Okay, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw the front slash back for the gumball machine. So you're going to start with a new drawing. From the screen, we're going to click on Part. Click on the icon for Start 2D Sketch. And click on the XY plane. From here, there's a couple different ways I can draw this. The first way I'll show you, I'll be starting with just a rectangle, and then I'll cut the pieces out. So I'll start at my starting point and start drawing my shape just like I did for the top slash bottom. I have my shape, I put in my dimensions. Now some of you guys who might be trying to use this video to come up with dimensions for your piece, this is from an old piece that I'm taking these dimensions, so they're not necessarily the same dimensions you should have taken for your top and bottom piece your front and back pieces while you were measuring them in the classroom. So make sure that you're using the measurements you came up with, not the ones that I'm using. Okay, but here I have my front drawn. I finished the sketch. I'm going to extrude, send it back, and extrude this to a thickness of 3/4 of an inch, 0.75. Here's the start of my front. I need to create another drawing so I can create the hole for the slider. So I click on the icon for Start 2D Sketch, click on the front, and I go to my line tool, and from here, right along this edge, and I'm going to draw out a rectangle. I need to put in dimensions to lock this in place like we've done everything else so far. Okay, my lines are purple. It's all locked in place. I can finish my sketch. And from here, I will extrude. And I'm going to select that rectangle. I want to send it back so it cuts it out. See how this turned red? It's going to cut that piece away. I hit OK. And that should look very much like the front piece that you guys have drawn. The other way that I could do this would be I start with Part, start my 2D sketch just like before, select the XY plane just like before, but instead I try to draw this out so it looks closer to my front. Okay? With this one I can do the same thing, it just takes more dimensioning. Alright? So dimension. Alright, now I'm looking at this piece. Again, everything is dimensioned, everything is purple. I finish my sketch. Extrude it back. The thickness is always going to be 3/4 of an inch. And now I have a front. Once I have this, I'm going to go to File, and then Save. And here I want to name this front, back, either one, but you only need to save this one once, because we're not going to be making modifications to it like we did with our bottom/top. Okay, with the bottom, that doesn't have a hole going through, the top needed to have the hole, so we want to have two files. For this one, the front and the back are just going to have the slider slot cut out of it, so those are going to use the same file, just placed twice. Okay, so label as front or back, whichever, save, and you have both your front and your back done at this point.